All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Let me just open this so if more people join, I can go ahead and accept them easily. Um, can you see my screen? Type on the chat, yes, yes, yes. If you can hear me, type on the screen or type, yeah, just if you can hear me and see my screen, type yes. All right, perfect. Kevin can see it. Perfect, perfect. All right. Cool. Well, I hope you guys had a fantastic Mother's Day. I know I did. Um, so because it was Mother's Day and it was, an important holiday, we didn't do our, usual Sunday market overview. And I know a lot of people were busy. So we're gonna do since it's also Monday too, we're gonna be doing the um, Monday Mindset Mastery, and also we're gonna go over some charts. Oh, you guys know the big old deal, so I can get, get going. So, anyways, today's topic that I want to speak about is emotions when it comes to trading, not just in trading also, but just life in general. Something I've noticed with a lot of traders is when, even if they've been trading for a very long time, one thing I've noticed is your emotions are always going to be there, especially if you start trading real money. Okay. So it makes it very difficult to trade sometimes when you have, let's say, 2 or 3 consecutive days of like donating money back to the market. Remember, we don't use the word losing because when you know how to do it, you never really lose. You just donate it back to the market, and then it's ready for you when you're ready to come back again. So I see that, especially when it comes to money, people have this really weird emotion towards money. Okay, I've had it. I'm not gonna lie, I've had it. A lot of people that I was around had it. When it comes to money, people have this weird stigma, weird emotions towards it. It's almost as though like if they lose it or if they're living without money, that, their life has ended, you know, and that's usually never the truth. Money is usually created. You can create money in a thin air. You don't need money to create money. You can create it in a thin air, okay, and use that money to help you a better life and serve your fellow human beings. So why is it that like when traders, whether new or been trading for a very long time, come to me and they have like multiple losses and they're like, oh well, I've been having a lot of losses, now I'm depressed and I'm going through such a weird emotion and I almost quit. I'm like, I always look at them and I'll be like, oh, interesting. It's not your trading that has like, it's not your trading, your ability to trade. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with your beliefs about money and what you were taught as a kid about money. Okay. Most of us, when we get super emotional about money, it's because we have this idea of like, oh, if I lose a trade, then either you think to yourself that you're a bad trader or that you should have never lost that money. And that's the wrong way to think, because as a business, if you look at trading as a business, okay, business is always going to be expenses. Okay? If you really look at it, if you look at the word, as I think IRS, if you read the form on some of the forms on IRS, you look at like business, usually expenses are considered losses. So that's why they're able to write it off. I'm not an attorney or know anything about. This is just from my experience. So you can write your losses or your expenses as a write-off. The cool thing about trading is you're able to do that too. you can write off your losses. So you're really not losing any money or donating any money at all. Because if you look at this like a business and treat it like a business and not, flip my account tonight and then tomorrow you're back to ground zero type of thing, you will be here and you will survive. So when you guys are like super emotional about a trade because it's against you, that has nothing to do with the trade alone. I purposely sometimes let a trade hit my stop loss because there's times where I'm like winning all the time. I'm not being sarcastic. This has happened like every month. I either have like one loss or like never at all. So I just purposely let my trade hit my SL, my stop loss. Kind of gets me back into reality and what I'm dealing with. So I'm not surprised later when I'm having consecutive, um, consecutive, what do you call it, losses. So I'm not like surprised and I'm like out of tune with the market because I will mess up my mind and then I will doubt myself. That's what's going to happen is you will start doubting yourself when you start losing consistently. And I don't want you to doubt yourself because what you've been doing or are doing has been working for the past decade that I've been trading and so on and so forth, right? So it's all about trusting the process of what you are doing. And if you do that and reprogram your mind about how you see money, what is your self-talk about money? Is it that you don't have enough and that, this is the last bit of money that you have and you lose it, you can't get no more? Is that your self-talk? Is it that, you're not worthy of having more money or worthy of getting into a market, placing a trade and then making that money easily and effortlessly? Have your parents or colleagues or friends told you that, money was the root of evil, money was this, money was that? What is that dialogue? Whatever it is, change it. To me, it's very simple. I don't like working hard. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not the type of person to work hard. That's why trading is so perfect for me, because once I figured out how this, trading thing worked, all I really do right now is place a trade and sit on my butt. Literally sit on my butt. And I do nothing else until that trade either hits my SL, stop loss, or my take profit. Or if I feel like, I, you know, I made 3% or more than that expected for my trade, then I get out manually. Most of the time I look at a chart, I don't even look at it more than 2 minutes. I place the trade if it's good, put my, risk management in place, and I sit down. I sit somewhere and wait. You have to retrain yourself. You have to reprogram your mind. Most of you guys, have had jobs, and most of you guys are entrepreneurs. Even if you're an entrepreneur, sometimes you're gonna have those days where it's just things are just not going your way. But that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Me personally, when things usually aren't going the way that I want to, it means there's something that I am doing, pushing things to make it happen in a certain way, rather than letting it happen on its own. That's just something I've, figured out on my own. If I lose a trade, it's because I forced a trade. And I can tell you exactly those two trades that we lost in last week. I forced those trades because I wanted you guys to make money. I forced them. But this week is going to be different. I'm going to go back to my same routine that I've been doing for the past decade. I'm not going to switch it up. It's going to be the same. We're going to wait. We're going to see for opportunities, and then we're going to go ahead and place the trades. So if You're not losing, you're not winning. If you're winning all the time, you're not, learning anything. So there's got to be a balance. I'm not saying to risk all of your account, lose all of your money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying understand that when it comes to money, when it comes to trading, it has nothing to do with placing a trade at all. It has everything to do with your mindset when you're in the trade. How are you feeling when you're in a trade and the trade is going against you? What is going on in your mind? What is your self-talk at that time? Analyze yourself before you analyze the market. Once you do that, then you can analyze the market. And guess what? You'll be able to see opportunities very, very clearly once you do that. So make it into a, I would say, a routine. Okay? Make it into a routine. Accept that you're not always going to have winning streaks. Okay? We're not here, like my last post that I posted in the chat, we're not here to trade just for today. That's not our goal. Our goal is, if you're really serious about taking this as a career, okay, you're going to be here. And you're going to do that by discovering who you are, by analyzing yourself, by working on yourself, by working on your mindset, the way you think about money, the way you think about business, the way you think about just, sometimes the little things in life. Because all those things added together will affect the way you run your business, the way you run your, the way you place your trades, the way you act when you're in a trade, all of that stuff. Don't blame the market because you lost money. It's not the market's fault. It's not, the trading, it's not its fault. It's always going to be you. Always look at you. Check yourself first all the time. I've learned this the hard way. Got to check myself. What am I thinking or feeling when I place a trade or when I'm in the trade at that time? If a trade goes against me, I study it. I see what I did wrong and why did I place that trade over there. Once I figure it out, I learn from it and I move forward. You should be doing that with every losing trade you have. Write it down somewhere. Go back to Euro odd, Euro NZD. What did we do wrong? I'm about to do that right now. Okay? So remember this. If you have to write it down, write it down. Check your emotion. Because when you start trading, it's very simple. I try to make it not difficult for you guys. Okay? Really easy. But you got to clear that mind up from clutter, where, whatever thoughts that you might have. We got in early. That's true. The exactly right answer. We got in early. I knew that. That's why I hit this. I was like, let's just get it over with it and hit the stop loss, and we'll get back in it. Now we're back in it. We're making money. Like I said, we donated, and the donation we made last week is going to pay even more this week. And last week wasn't a bad week, actually. I don't know why I'm making it seem like it was a bad week. It was actually a really great week. We had maybe like 2 or 3 losses, and we had 4 wins or something like that. I have to look up my notepad, but I think it's something like that. If you can type the wins, that would be great. But process is simple. Just make sure you're in a great mindset when you look at your charts. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some charts. I'm gonna go over, as you guys know the rule, I always go over trades that we took last week. and we go over them on what happened, and then if we're in a trade, and we go over that one too, and then we go ahead and analyze the full market. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, so last week we were in USD tray. Okay, that's the dollar Turkey. So let's go ahead and place that trade up here. Okay, so this was our entry right here. This is a demo account. I still have it open because sometimes it helps me with the webinar. This is the level we got in, okay, and right here too. So I said, hey, this is we're gonna go ahead and sell this. I'm liking it as a weekly, daily trade. And then this does fall. We were in profit. We got out. So what am I looking for this week? This week, I believe we're still going to have a continuation on this trade. So what's going to happen is I really want price to either break this right here, because if you look at this, we've been in this trend for a very long time. If you look at this, we started around March, but I mean way later. I'm just going as far as March. Okay, now it's May, right? What I want is I want this trend to break and then come back, retest the trend even up here, and then continue falling. So I'm looking for more downfall on this. We could possibly be selling this for months. Okay, so keep your eyes on it. I will keep you guys updated. And if you're still in this trade, you could hold it if you would like. That would be considered a swing trade. To me, it was just like a daily, not a daily, I'm sorry, 4-hour trade. We got in, and then we made money, and then we got out. Okay, so now I'm looking for a swing trade, which will definitely happen. I want this to break. Once this breaks right here, this trend, okay, we're gonna need a pullback. Remember, markets always have a pullback, so you don't have to chase the market. Let the market come to you. Okay, we're gonna have a pullback, and then we're gonna fall. So when that fall happens, we're probably gonna hold this for about a week or a month, depending on what I am seeing or what we see in the market or what the market is telling us. Okay, so that was a really good trade last week. Like if you look at the weekly, this is still at the weekly high. Also, if you look at the monthly, we're still at the monthly high. So this has way more room to fall than I'm anticipating. So like when I say this might fall for whole months, I'm talking about whole months. So keep your eye on this. We're gonna look at it every week. I'm gonna be looking at it every week. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. If we get in, I will let you know. If I'm getting in, I'll let you guys know too. What was the other trade? The other trade that we got in last week was Jappy. This was a really nice sell right here on a lower time frame. This was a 4-hour sell. We got in right here. Let me go ahead and do this right here. This trade was absolutely beautiful. I think it was a little bit low because I think both our positions were triggered, depending on what broker you used, because some brokers are different, prices are different. This is FX Choice, so if you were in FX Choice, your trade wasn't probably triggered. But if you were in Hugo's Way or the other broker that we use, and Owanda and all that stuff, you were definitely your trades were your trades were triggered. So both positions were in profit. If you go ahead and measure this, we made about 134 pips. Amazing. I was looking to buy this, but it was the month. Usually throughout the weekend, I try not to send a trade because it is the weekend and the market does close. So I just left it and let it run, and it ran forever. I mean, look at this. Oh my gosh. So what's next? Okay. Well, next on the week on this on the 4-hour, okay, we have price right here, previous high. All right. We have wicks over here, and now look where is that? back to previous high, and it fell from there. So it's a possibility this can continue falling. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for this pullback because we did break this high right here. We did break that. So we're probably going to retest this high right here. And this is probably going to continue going higher. I'm expecting price to come to at least right here or right over here. So that's another, let's say, maybe 100, 200 pips this week. So we're already getting the pullback, which is good. Okay. 4-hour pullback, which is phenomenal, which means we're probably going to enter this trade tonight. So once I send you guys this trade, we'll definitely go in and, hold this for a while, and we're probably going to see this level right here. And also, if you see, we have a gap. Markets hate freaking gaps. Okay. And we have not closed it. We almost did here, but not really. So we have to close this gap this week, hopefully. And once we come over here, we'll be looking to sell again. Okay. So we do have multiple positions for this order. So we're going to end up taking both of them once, the market presents. And also, as you can see, oh, sorry. Let me see. As you can see, I am choosing the wrong things. All right. Also, as you can see, this is, a trend. So we're in a trend, uptrend. We're going to buy and sell at the same time. But when we come over here, it's a possibility that this could fall for also a very long time as a swing trade. So I'm keeping that on my watch list for tonight, and I will send it once, everything works out perfectly. The other trade that we took was let's go back. USD, was it USD CAD? I don't remember. Let me go to the website real quick. I think it was USD CAD, but I gotta make sure. Yeah, it was USD CAD. So USD CAD actually is coming to our continuation level, by the way, because remember I said I'm gonna be selling USD CAD, so it's already at our continuation level. But we did sell this right here, and I think it was a little bit higher. I know my trades weren't triggered, but you guys' trade were triggered. So if you were in this trade, you definitely made significant amount of money. I think I said to get out like right over here. So that's about 221 pips right there. Like I said, we did very well last week. Okay. And then I said, hey, look, I'm looking for a continuation. It's a possibility that the dollar is going to be very weak. So as you can see, we just, we had this massive pullback. It's a possibility we're gonna get triggered this, this week, and the market is gonna continue falling. Also, if you look at this, okay, if you look at this, this has been like, a tiny little trend right over there. If you look at this, it's been in a tiny little trend. It's just sideways movement. It's just going back and forth. That special box that we talk about, it's under there going up and down. It's very likely that we're going to break this box and we're going to see continuation on USD CAD very far. Also, if you look at this, we have a gap right here from March and February. So we have to close that gap, and I am looking for this gap to close sometime this week or this month. So either ways, I am not in a strong buy in this. That's why I'm not buying it. But I am a strong seller. So I will keep selling this until we close that gap. And then my mind will change once we do. Okay. So keep your eyes on that. That was a really nice trade that we got in. The other one was, let's go over Euro odd from Euro NZD, since that's the first one. Okay, so Euro NZD, we did take that trade, but it didn't work out really well. So let's go ahead and just go over that real quick. So I think we got in like right over here. Actually, no, it was like, yeah, it was like right here or something. And then also, I could be wrong, right here. Okay. Um, Maybe even higher. So we got in that trade around that box area. Price fell lower. Okay, as you can see right here, this was our trade that we got in. See this right here? Our multiple entries weren't even like in profit. Okay. Um, Multiple entries, we weren't even profit. So our stop loss was like around right here. It got hit. Um, we saw this, and then it kept going down, and our stop loss was hit, and that's why we're here right now. So, and I sent a buy order again for the same week. First position is in profit, so it's going up. I believe there will be a pullback pretty soon. Once that pullback happens, um, we'll probably add some more. But for right now, I believe there's going to be a continuation on this trade to go a little bit higher. Once the pullback happens, I will add more positions onto this trade and hold it as a swing trade for a while throughout this week or even weekend. Okay, so I'm definitely looking to buy. Reason why is we have tops here. Okay, and when we break a top, becomes resist support. Once that becomes a support, we place bottoms. Usually that takes a while, and then price does continue going back up. So Euro NZD, beautiful. I'm looking forward to even adding more positions onto this as the week goes on. Okay, Euro odd, same thing. Wasn't as beautiful as I wanted it to be. Last week, we got in right here. This is actually more, you're able to see it better than the other one right here. Yeah, so we got in like right there last week. It was not a beautiful trade. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those are usually not the trades that I take. Okay, as you can see, I think, hold on, let me just move this. So I could go even a little bit higher. Yeah, like right there and right there is where I got in, or at least where we got in. Okay. Wasn't even enough to take profit. So honestly, it was worth it to just let it go and hit our stop loss than to hold it onto. Okay. It was not beautiful. But anyways, I sent another position saying, hey, to get into this trade, this week we got triggered into the first entry. And for right now, our first entry is in profit right here, Euro odd, and it's moving. So if we get a pullback, what I'm looking for is if we break this top right here, if we break that, we get a pullback. I'm going to add more positions around up here, and then we're going to hold for about a week or so. All right. So Euro odd did not drop. It's actually continuing going up. So if you're in a position, okay, these are the exact precise numbers that I sent. Then you should be in profit right now. Okay. So yeah, there's that. And the other trade was Euro odd. That one has been just, oh my gosh. So Euro odd, we got in, I percent position up there, also up here, and then also I told you guys to get in a little bit earlier. Okay, so it's just been like consolidating, moving sideways here, not breaking. Yeah, that's what I said. I think I said that's OddCAD. Yeah. So this is OddCAD. So OddCAD, I did send a position, multiple positions actually, saying, hey, get in like at the top over here and over there. And then on the group, I said you can enter in early. If you did, your first position that you entered in early might be still negative, or you might be still in profit. So right now, if you did get in at the top, the two positions that I sent, which is, I can actually read that off to you guys. You should be in profit on those both positions and underwater one, but not as much. So you can see, for me, I really do believe this trade is probably going to continue going down for a while too. If you really look at this trade has been going up for months. Okay, not any major pullback except for this one right here. That's on the daily. If you look at the weekly, this is what it looks like. Okay, not yet, not your typical market, right? A market goes up for a long time and not having a pullback. It's not usual. Also, we have a top here. Okay, we had sideways movement here for weeks. Market couldn't decide whether they wanted to go up or down. Okay, so buyers or sellers were like, okay, we're going to keep price over here. We call that consolidations or price moving sideways. And then price dropped, so bears did win. Price dropped, and then bulls were like, all right, it's our turn. They got back in, and then price went up. Now I believe, because this is, a previous high, it's a possibility this high can act, a previous high can act as a resistant. Price can fall lower than I'm expecting, maybe around this area. Very possible. If you look at the weekly, does not look very well. Weekly looks very, very weak. Okay. Monthly, still coming up, trying to make sense of it, but that could take months. So I'm gonna hold this trade for a while until we break this trend again, because there's a trend right here. If we break it, it's probably gonna continue on for a while, and so I'm gonna hold. Okay. USD shaft, that was on the 8th, but it was not triggered. But let's look at that one real quick. Also, USD shaft you could sell. It's coming back. Okay, USD shaft is coming back to the level that I'm expecting around this area. So keep your eyes on this one too. I believe USD is going to be very, very weak this week. So it's a possibility that we can have the dollar really drop, and if it drops, it's probably going to drop really far. Okay, so you could tell we still have the pendings. If you don't have it, go back to the website and go ahead and look at it, and you'll be able to see it. Gold is another trade that I sent, but it was never triggered. To me, honestly, I was playing around with this. It's a possibility that we can, not break this yet, and then have a pullback, even a small fake out, and then tag our order positions, and then continue falling. Once it does fall, I believe honestly, we could probably break this level right here, and go a little bit further down here, or even lower. So definitely keep your eyes on that. I'm not in your gold yet, but I think we will get triggered this week. And if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Bitcoin. Oh my God, Bitcoin. Okay. So here's what happened. Price came to our level literally very close, and then it drops. I was not on my computer or my phone when this happened. When I grabbed it, it was too late. I would have said, hey, sell now. Something is about to happen. I would have said that. But I was not close to my phone. And like I said, it was the weekend. So I was preparing for like Mother's Day and all this crazy stuff. So it didn't happen. So our first position was literally like right there. Literally. Our second one was right there. Okay. Look how far it was from where we wanted. Not that far, right? But markets did not, bears did not want to push price even higher. I think they were really sick and tired of bulls being in control for a while now. And then they just dropped the price. Price dropped back to 8.5. So now what? Well, if you look at this, we're having sideways movement. Usually when a drop like this happens in the market, okay, and we kind of break the previous low, which was this right here, okay, that usually means they're collecting orders. So right now, as you can see, this green candle means that people who are expecting Bitcoin to go higher are literally buying right now. These red candles simply mean people who are really expecting Bitcoin to go lower are selling. So now the market is confused. So what it does is just go sideways for a while. You won't know what happens until it breaks out, either to the upside or to the downside. For me, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have the sideways movement for a while. Probably try to close this gap right here, or not. We could just retest this high right here, previous high. See that? And then continue falling. Maybe even see 4,000, even lower 3,000. Very possible. But I think before that happens, what's going to happen is we're probably going to retest either, 10,000 again or 11,000, and then really have a conniption. Market could really fall. Okay. Last time we spoke, this is what I saw. And this is what I'm seeing. Okay. I told you guys that this is a giant head and shoulder. Fundamentally, as an investment, I told you guys this really doesn't make sense. But a lot of people fight me on this, and it's okay. It's okay. Okay. That's a bottom. That's also a bottom. Also a bottom. If you look at this looks like a head and shoulder, right? Right. So we have shoulders right here, price goes lower, okay? A lot of retail traders were trading here, expecting price would go higher. So guess what? Institution traders push price lower because it makes sense to buy it makes sense to buy Bitcoin at a cheaper price, right? 1,000 or 3,000 is cheaper than 4,000 or 5,000. That's just the facts. So price does go up. After that, we tag that 3,000 level, 2,000 level area, price went up, shoots up. So guess what? Now people are saying, okay, this is too expensive. We're gonna go ahead and let go of our positions. These same people that bought here let go of their position. And that's why price went down. Okay. If you look, we've just been sideways going here, up and down. Okay. You look at this, we have a small little tiny trend here that we haven't broken at all. We tried to, but didn't work out. And we hit this like what? How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. Okay. So if we do break this level, here's what's going to happen. We're probably going to test 13,000 or even 4,000. And then we're going to have a severe drop back to 9,000. And then create a new high. And then really drop. That's the best case scenario. Okay. Worst case scenario is that we never break this level that we're at right now. We never do, but we do come back, we test it one more time, and then price falls lower. That's the worst case. So right now, if you notice, there's a huge Bitcoin presentation or whatever it's called that happened earlier around 9 a.m. my time. I was on there because I think like they decreased the amount of Bitcoin is out there right now because of miners. You can go rewatch the replay. It's on YouTube. It was live. I watched it. But even with that news, price is still struggling to do anything. That tells me one thing. It's a possibility price can move even lower. Okay. So you want to look at that too. You just don't want to go by what people are telling you. You really want to look at what's going on in the market itself, and the charts will literally tell you what's going on. I know these things not because I read a book about them or I research them all the time. It's because price tells me. I've seen it. You can't make this up. You really can't. Once you listen to your chart, okay, it will tell you what you need to do. Listen to it. All right. All right. I think that was it from last week's trades. So right now, let's go over pound. Let's go over pound. Go over pound. So if you got in pound last week, oh, that's another trade that we took, pound. Right here, okay. We got out about like right there, about 100 pips. I said to get out. And then of course price dropped, coming back to retest the low again. So remember when I said if the dollar gets weaker, other currencies go higher. So if the dollar does go weak, okay, it's a possibility that this can go very, very high. I'm talking about really, really high. Okay, I see hundreds of pips. Okay, so we're coming back having a retest. Look what's happening. Okay, we had our 4-hour trade. We made 100 pips. Phenomenal. Okay, now we're coming back retesting the 4-hour low. And if you look at our favorite tools, we have the stochastic buried very low on the 4-hour, and we also have the stochastic buried on the daily. When these two matches, that's a great sign for a swing trade, which means you can hold this trade for a while. Okay. Last week, it was just a 4-hour. Okay. When we bought this was very low. Okay. But when I said, oh, price is going up, guess what? Stochastic went up. When I told you to guys get out, this was up here. So it's time to get out. So I hope you got out and then didn't get greedy. And I hope you took your position. So tonight, I really like this. I'm going to send the positions one more time. And we're going to write this throughout the week. So keep your eyes on it, please. Because this is a really nice trade. I'm really liking it. Euro USD, it's another trade that didn't really go that well last week. We got in too early, but our stop was so minimal, we didn't lose really that much. But the crazy thing is, look, I'm going to show you, okay? The crazy thing is when we bought Euro, okay, we bought like right there. Right there. And our stop was literally just below this wick, which is right here. Actually, no, it was actually, yeah, right there. Okay. So price did come to our level. It didn't touch our stop. It didn't. It went up. And I saw that on the 15-minute. And I was like, oh, we're not going to have time to get out. We just won't. It was happening so fast that I just knew we weren't going to get out. So our stop loss got hit. Okay, let's go. Where's the wick? Right here. See how our stop loss got hit? Wick happened, and then price went down. So now what I'm looking for is a continuation on this, another buy. If you look at the 4-hour, our fancy tools, stochastic is buried. This means this is oversold. There's no way this can go even lower at the moment. And the daily is saying the same thing. When the higher time frame confirms this lower time frame, you've now entered the golden, city. You could really try put the buy this and hold it for a while. And also, if you look at this, we have a bottom here that we placed, and we're coming back to retest, and we're putting another bottom. So this is the wick right here. As soon as it took our stop out, this is what happened, by the way. So we could have gotten out for a profit, but this happened so late. I was like, whatever, just let it let it go underwater, and that's what happened. Okay. So this week is going to be a phenomenal week. It's going to be another successful week. So I'm just going to be patient, and then let these trades work out. And I'm not sending anything early. Oh my gosh, this was another beautiful trade. Okay. So with this, I'm going to look for a pullback, honestly. We're probably going to end up selling yens. I'm expecting yens to go to like 100 within within the years, within the months, and so on and so forth. It's a possibility we could see 77. I know that sounds, yes, I know that sounds very, very, not hard to think about, but 77, it's going to be a really nice level to buy in the long term. But until then, we're going to be selling the fall. Okay. We've been here for a very long time, and we have not broken this level. So that tells me that it's time for this to break either direction, either up or down. And I believe we're probably going to see another crash. So this is probably going to go down. All right. So I'll be looking to sell USD Chappy, USD CAT. It's coming back to our level. So if you're not in this trade, go ahead and punch in the numbers or whatever it's called. Punch in the numbers. It's a possibility the price can go a little bit higher. And if it does go a little bit higher, I'll let you guys know to, get back in or, get in or whatever. But I think our stop loss is like right over here. But I still really like this trade. And I believe it's probably going to work out very well because it just looks nice. Odd USD. This was a really nice trade that what's his name spoke about. We didn't take. If you look, the reason why Euro odd is moving is because odd USD is dropping. Remember the correlation that we talk about here? Okay, when one pair is going up, other pair is going down. Okay, and if you stick around long enough, you'll notice this, and you could just go back and forth, sell one, buy one, very easy. All you're doing is selling the top, buying the bottom. See how hard that's not that hard, right? It's not that hard. But we as human beings, because of our emotions, past experiences, we tend to complicate things. We tend to make it very difficult for ourselves. So that's why I said, like, when you're trading, make it so simple for yourself to the point where, like, you could teach a 2-year-old what you're doing, or even a 5-year-old. Okay, I can teach my kids what I'm doing, and my kids do understand how to trade, or at least they know when to sell and when to buy. That's all you need to know, anyways. So look, it fell. Why? Previous high. Okay, retail traders right here waiting. Also, institutions waiting. Some retail traders are actually doing the opposite. They were buying this. I should tell you, there were retail traders who were buying this when this was going up. So their mindset is like, oh, well, it's going up, so maybe, it's going to continue going up. But that's not what happened. It went up, retested the previous high, price dropped. Simple as that. There's nothing more to it. Okay, what do I think? I believe this is probably going to continue going down lower, retest this previous bottoms. Okay, maybe even go a little bit lower, right here, around right here, and then continue going up. That's in the future, but that's what's gonna happen based on looking at the daily. It's possibly we can retest right over here. Okay, this candle will come right here, which is this is a previous low right here also. if you look at this is a very massive trend on what do you call it, AUD USD. So what happens is if we do come down here, I'm probably going to send a buy signal. Once we do that, we'll probably get out somewhere up here or even up here. Okay. Yeah, around like right there on the weekly chart. So that would be a swing trade. So Euro AUD we went over. I'm looking for a pullback and a continuation. Euro shaft, this has been falling for a very long time. I'm going to keep my eye on this also because I believe when this comes to closer to right here, this bottom right here, possibility that we can see price turn around. I just want it right there and right there. Okay, but I am going to wait because as you can see, Euro has a history of having a block swan. Major wicks. Like it's just known for crashing. So I'm gonna wait for that crash, and when price does come over here, that's when I'm gonna enter. So crash, price comes back here, and then the move high. So you could see every time this crashed, it went up. Every time it crashed, it went up. And I believe it's probably gonna happen again. And quote another secret. This happens every April or every summer. Look at this. Okay. I'm sorry, every December. That's what yeah, every December. December 2014, crash happened. December, crash happened. You can go back as far as you like. You'll notice every December, this has happened. It's a possibility they can, keep price where it's at right now for a very long time. They can. They already have. This is literally oversold. This should have been going up a long time ago. But it hasn't. Micro market makers, they can, they are persistent. They are sharks. They don't really care. They will put, what do you call it? Keep price high for a very long time and keep price low for a very long time. So our goal is just to be really patient, really, really patient. And once the opportunity comes, we get in and we are out. Okay, Euro yen. I'm waiting for this to go down a little bit lower, which will probably happen if Euro USD, Euro JAPY happens. Around this area is where I'm looking. Okay, once we come to this level, hopefully sometime this week. If you look at the monthly, this will be a monthly trade, so this will be a swing trade. Price is coming down lower. Stochastic is coming down, which means this is being oversold very, very quickly on the monthly. Weekly, already showing signs of oversold. Okay, daily, we had this daily move right here, but I think we're going to come back again, retest this level. So I'm going to look for a pullback on a lower time frame. When that happens, I'm going to go ahead and buy. Pound shaft, I like it, but I'm not going to go over it. It's a possibility that this can rise because of other currencies, but I'm not going to go over that one right now. CAD JAPY. This was another trade that I was really looking at last week. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't send it, but I was looking at it. So what's gonna happen? What's happening right now? Let's see what's happening. Okay, it looks like we're having a very hard time breaking this level for CAD. Very, very difficult time. You see how price is just moving sideways on a low, higher time frame on a daily. Price is just moving sideways. This is indecision. Price doesn't know where it wants to go. Okay, but doesn't mean you can't trade it. We have been trading it. Okay, no, same thing. We sell here, we sold here, we sold here. We sold here 2 weeks ago, I think. Yep, we did, and price went down. Now it's coming back up. So also you could have bought here, 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 because these are all top bottoms. So guess what? This week what's probably gonna happen is we're gonna have another down on the daily. Okay. Once that happens, probably a little bit lower. Once that happens, I'm probably gonna end up buying this and holding this for about a couple weeks. I have a feeling, not even a feeling, I can show it to you. I think we're gonna break this level pretty soon. If you look at this. How many times we hit here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all you're really going to be looking is for price to retest around this level, or even this low right here, for a giant momentum to the break. We're going to break this. I'm not doubting that we won't. We will. Bulls are going to take over, break this, close this gap, because we haven't closed this gap yet. Even go higher. Maybe see this level right here. Very, very, very possible. And I can see it happening on the weekly. And look at the monthly. And just look at where we are. These are all bottoms. We have not broken this since forever, and we're not going to, because this is the monthly chart. So lower time frame, we're going to be looking for a pullback. Remember yens, I'm looking euro JACB, I'm looking for a pullback. So if 1 yen goes up, all of them go up. So I'm going to be looking for this one. I like euro and I like cat JACB, so I'm going to wait for cat JACB for a pullback, and then I'm going to get it. Honestly, probably around like right there, around this box area. So I'll keep you guys posted. Same with pound yen. I said last week, wait for a pullback. We are. Look at the daily signs of oversold. Weekly, that's what it looks like. So it still has momentum. So on a lower, this will be a lower time frame. We'll wait for a pullback. And once we get that pullback, we're going to buy, probably get out somewhere here, and then sell later. Odd NZD. I like this trade, honestly. I think odd NZD might have more time to go up. So around that area, it looks really, really nice. Right now, we're just sitting here. We're just going sideways. Nothing really is happening. And when markets do this, you really don't want to be in it. Pretty much, honestly, it's a headache. You just wait for a perfect entry, which will be up there. And I believe we're probably going to see price go up here this week, honestly. So look at the weekly. That thing looks pretty scary. Okay, definitely overbought, showing signs of overbought on the weekly. So this will be a weekly trade. By the time we get over here, this is probably going to be all the way up here. So when that happens, I'm going to continue. I'm going to sell this. So that's another thing to keep for this month to keep your eye on. All right. Odd cat, we already went through that. Odd chef, same thing. This one, look for a pullback around this area on the 4-hour, and then have price go all the way up here to the 200, even this top right here. Okay, as you can see, once we get to that top right here, and a little bit lower right there, guess what? With the 55, it's coming down slowly. So what's probably going to happen is we're going to go to this top and then fall. I mean, heavily fall. Here's why. Okay, this trend has been going on forever. You could see this was the ultimate top right here. We created a head and shoulder. Thing went down, kept going, kept going, kept going. This was all bottoms. Every time we came here, price went up from it. So we broke it. Now we're coming back to retest it. So I believe odd is going to get very weak and it's going to continue going down. Okay, so you want to keep that. You want to keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. Odds they're literally looking very, very weak. Odd yen, same thing. Pull back and then buy. Literally, pull back and buy. Here's the pullback. Okay, here's the daily. I believe we're going to see this top right here. So keep your eye on that. Shaft Jappy. I marked this earlier, so we didn't come to that level. So I'm not going to go over this one. Euro NZD, we went over it. Euro CAD. I'm going to wait for a pullback on Euro CAD too. So euros are looking strong. Pounds are looking strong. USD is looking weak. And odds are looking weak. Okay. So NZDs are looking weak too. Look at that. So I will definitely keep my eye on these trades. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. If you do not, that should be it. Let me know if you got questions. No questions? Sounds good. All right. Awesome. All right. Well, keep your eyes on for another phenomenal week. Like I said, you already saw it by analyzing with me. There are some really good setups that are happening in the market, and we will conquer. Anyways, you guys don't have any questions, thank you for coming in or thank you for joining, and I will see you guys on a chat where all the fun stuff happens. And see you guys later, and have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. All right, bye-bye.